This is what Battlefield 2042 could have been, or at least kind of. This is the finals. There was a few trailers that came out a couple months back and a lot of YouTubers got a chance to get their hands on the title. A new first-person game coming from one of the co-founders of DICE. And actually many of the developers working on the finals were part of DICE themselves. It's a new team-based FPS that is going to be focusing on incredible destruction, pushing environmental dynamism, destruction and player freedom to the limit. Whether you're interacting with players or the world around you, changing it and evolving it in order to help your needs and get that win. The game will be free to play and it is going to be an over-the-top shooting fest. The purpose of this is not to be the most hyper-realistic title of all time. It looks like they're really going to be focusing on that fast-paced combat. The games will be set out with squads of 3 against 3 other teams, making 12 players in total. It's not going to be a large Battlefield style game despite its pedigree from the past, but they will be definitely bringing in that Battlefield destruction, yet cranking it up to 11. Hunt down boxes of cash that dynamically spawn in on the level. You then take them to extraction points and hold it for a period of time before you bag that cash. The team who deposits the most resources will win. Now, the maps themselves, as you can see from the trailer, are a little bit hectic and it's actually hard to get a gist of what they're going for here. They're going to be based on iconic real-world locations, but being very close quarters as mentioned. I mean, this whole game hinges off its destruction. That is everything, and everything can be destroyed. Whole buildings to the smallest of items, taking cover behind something that might not be there 3 seconds later. Whether you're running in and out of windows that are blowing up behind you, or as we can see in gameplay, falling from a cascading piece of architecture. There is nothing like this out at the moment, and I think that's kind of what's going to make it pretty special. This is what people really wanted in Battlefield. Do you remember in the Battlefield 2042 first demo of their new engine, seeing that falling skyscraper? I mean, we already knew destruction from games like Battlefield 4 was brilliant, but they were saying that it's going to be another level. And yeah, okay, it was ramped up a little bit, but it wasn't quite what people wanted. In the finals, the map will dynamically shift as you go through. Destruction will be server-side, so everybody will see it, and every change that happens in the terrain will happen to everybody at the same time. And I think this is very, very important because this is going to be what makes this title win or lose. With destruction, having that as your main promotion point with dynamically changing maps can be a catalyst or a killer of many titles, especially close quarters first-person shooters. So having being server-side, meaning that you can change maps, that it doesn't matter if you played something before, the game mode and the map will always be different. You can also pick up objects and throw them. We can actually see this a little bit in the trailer, throwing gas canisters at enemy players, and there'll be plenty more ways to interact with the world. At its core, this is going to be a real fast-paced shooter, close quarters gameplay with ever-changing maps, with the unique inclusion of this new destruction system. All I can say is, boy, am I looking forward to the finals, because, well, we haven't had anything quite like it for quite a long time.